Hi guys and gals, Froggy here. I'm going to skip a lot of stuff about how to jack up your car and so on and so forth, everything. Please look at my other videos if you need that kind of information. I'm taking the JRI shocks off of my C5 Corvette, C5 Z06, and they will fit on my C6 Z06. So I'm going to send these in. These are double adjustable shocks. The two adjustments are right there. Just use a little pin to move those adjusters. And I'm going to send them in to be freshened up. And I'm putting these original shocks back on the C5 Z06. These shocks only have like a few thousand miles on them. And they are in the 2004 model year. Supposedly these were tuned to the car, especially on what was it, the German track, the Green Hell they call it. Somebody put down in the comments if they know the name of that German track. Anyway, these are great shocks. They are highly regarded, and they're going back on they're not adjustable. They're going back on my C5 Z06. Okay, so the way you do it is you jack the car up. You let the suspension droop down. On the driver's side, you can reach right in here. I used one of those ratcheting box wrenches, and I could get the top connector loose. And then on the bottom, you need a long socket to get up into... Oh, hold on, I gotta get down on the ground. There's a hole right here. You got to get in there with the long socket and then hold the top. I think is it 13 millimeter? What does this say? I can't quite get it into adjustment. Yeah, 13. Sorry for the delay. It's a 13 millimeter up and down, and get those two out. And you used a bottle jack to move the corner of the lower control arm if you need to move it up or down. And that's it, pretty much. Now I'm going to put the other one in. If you're a racer, you're interested in the weight of these suspension components. That's 3.6 pounds on my scale. Okay, for the sake of making these videos a little bit faster and more specific, I'm not going to call out the sizes of the nuts and bolts because I assume everybody has a socket set or a wrench set, so you can figure that out. I will give you torque specs. I am going to use 20 foot-pounds top and 20 foot-pounds on the two bottom ones. And I've got a little torque wrench, quarter-inch drive torque wrench, and I'm going to set that too. Make sure that you put the bushings. It's a bushing here and a bushing here and a metal washer. So make sure you put them in or you're going to have a real noisy shock going down the road. Okay? Froggy tip. This is why you like Froggy's channel. Cock the steering wheel so you turn the rotor so you can get at that fastener right there. And then you just move it back and forth. On a C5, you stick the key in, turn it to, don't start the car, but turn it to on, and you can, it will unlock the steering wheel for you. Okay, so 20 pounds up and down. I'm gonna finish this off and go to the other side. Okay? Here's another Froggy tip for the other side, for the driver's side before I go over to the other side. You really can't get a torque wrench on this. So what I do is I'm trying to get 20 pounds on it. I crank on it until there's a bulge on both the top and the bottom bushings. And that always seemed to work for me. And I'll show you how much is sticking out. You can see on the top, there's two flats that are machined onto the top of that fastener for the shock. And I used a 7 millimeter, yeah, 7 millimeter just to hold that. Otherwise the rod turns inside the shock, and that's no good. You can't get it tight. So 7 millimeter is not the right size, but it works, and there's 2 flats on there. It's not meant for a box end. Well, box end, it has to be an open end that's 7 millimeter or 6 millimeter, maybe something like that, 1/4 inch. Okay, go to the other side. Okay, passenger side front is off. So far, nothing much at all different. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. Sorry, there's a little truck noise outside, but basically, to get shocks out and to get shocks in on a C5 Corvette, this is the way I do it. It has to do with 3 things. Jacking the corner up, which makes this upper control arm go up, makes them both come up, but mainly you're dealing with the clearance here on the upper control arm. So when you have it in the up position, you can get the end of it in the hole, but you won't have the bottom in yet. Then you drop the corner down, and you're doing all this with a bottle jack. Once the upper is in, drop the control arm down, the control arms down, then you can get the bottom in. And I used a pry bar to get the bottom in, and also angle your disc however you need to angle it. Working from this side, obviously it's like a right turn, and on the other side it would be like a left turn. So that's about it. I gave you the torque spec, 2020, bulge on the top, because you can't really get a torque wrench up there. Give me a thumbs up or a like if this helps you out. Subscribe to my channel if you want more from Froggy. Click on the bell if you want notifications. Be safe, have fun. Froggy out. Bye-bye.